Hello, Animal.
Oh,
Whoa.
you're still here.
Whoa.
Sorry, I was told that you weren't
Whoa.
gonna be here. Whoa,
Whoa.
you're stepping on my toes.
Stepping on my toes.
No, you stepping on. I want
Get
everyone
off
here to
my
know you stepping on
toes.
my toes. All right, do it. I always wanted to do it, but you do it.
No, you do it.
All right then, welcome everybody to Map 2 of Nexus eSports versus Quintic. It was Nexus who barely squeaked that one out in a weird 4v5 double overtime win.
Very weird.
Not exactly sure how to classify that one. It was odd, but it is going to be B. Starting off with the first frag on this map, Mirage. Map number 2, I believe, picked by Quintic, so they're going to be starting on the terrorist side first. So far, not so good for them. But Kool-Aid finally going to be answering back with a frag, and actually someone else gets dinked in the process. That is Waka.
Ooh, Fiercey is trying to fight back from what is a 2v4 as they've landed themselves into enemy territory in the B bomb slide, trying to take it over from Nexus. And Waka will go down 2-on-2 right now, so they've got a chance. They've picked up these USPs. And bullets right now for Fierce. That could be an issue. He's not landing those shots on Seb, who's trying to come up catwalk, and no one's working himself in. They don't quite know about him yet. They've seen him now. In the red, Kool-Aid 3 HP, but still gets the frag. Now left to contend with Seb. Long range with the Glock. Only 5 bullets here from Seb. And, I mean, it's not that hard of a shot, but the pressure really starts to mount when you don't have any ammo. But he does hit it with, I think, 2 bullets left over.
I just want to say, I've seen you play Counter-Strike. I'm not sure if you could give anyone the that's an easy shot talk.
It was 64 tick, though.
Sick burns. Oh, yeah.
No, I'm
true.
actually not very good with pistols.
Well, if you're talking to me, the pistol god, so every shot is easy for me. But interestingly enough, we're seeing a very light buy coming out here from Nexus. We're going to see the FAMAS on no, and that is not a light buy gun, but everyone else has a MP9, MP7s, and a shotgun on 7. I'm curious where he's going to play that. It's going to be close A ramp. If he positions himself right, he could get a bunch of really cheap and easy frags here, especially since a lot of the, by a lot, I mean 3 of the Quintic players don't exactly have armor, and Doom certainly doesn't have any head armor. He gets evaporated while the rest of his teammates do their job as well. Super, super easy round for Nexuses. I don't think anyone even took a point of damage there.
That might have been a flawless round, and they went for all room brooms plus a shotgun. So tons of money to be farmed up, either $600 or $900 kills coming in. A little slight upgrade into this one. We will have the FAMAS and the M4A4 coming out to stay at range and hopefully away from these Deagles. I mean, the Deagle is obviously a very classic, staple, kind of redundant, but classic gun in Counter-Strike, but certainly the new kid on the block in CSGO.
Crondle, Seb teaming up as well to pick up frags.
Only 1 casualty, and it wasn't a rifle. It was just B. Just B, the man who got, what, 54 kills?
Something like that. Let me just double check real quick. Because that was an absurd
just a normal
line.
guy.
52 and 26 was his final score line. Unless I'm behind, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 52 frags. That's
pretty crazy.
Insane. That is definitely insane. And we're actually off to a really similar start to what we saw last game with Nexus eSports taking a huge lead right off the bat and showing no signs of weakness. It wasn't until Waka timed out in that one-on-one that they still actually continued to win out from that point forward. But that was where their troubles started. And B, taking that op, a second op even, into the apartments and actually almost finding a frag with a really aggressive play from him, hungry for those opening frags to set the pace.
I mean, he must be a big guy, because you're hungry after 52 frags.
Yeah, still hungry even.
That is quite an appetite. I'm sure he gets a diet soda, though, so it's fine. But he's pushing through, and he will actually just pull out the Tech 9 to take down Fierce. I was kind of surprised he missed the op shot in the first place. It seemed like it was on target. Grab brings down Seb, and on the catwalk and out towards middle, Quintic trying to grab that control, but is he getting shot from behind as well? He was, but the player in window and in A-Site going down. Kool-Aid and Janoom taking them out. It's just up to B right now, but if you want anyone in this type of situation, it's going to be either going for the frag. Where did that bullet go? Doesn't matter. He pulls out the Tech 9 to get it done. Now the op. Will he give the re-peek? He will, and he lands the shot.
Oh, no.
For B.
Oh, man. As soon as he got that first frag, and I was like, oh, 2-on-1. They're going to be able to collapse on him at once.
Did he have the bomb, or were Quintic just trying to go for that kill?
I'm gonna be honest. I was just B cam. I was there purely for the frags. I didn't even see where the bomb was. But as soon as
bomb was in T spawn, they had to go back and get it.
That is frustrating. Great positioning, good awareness from B, but he got that Tech 9 frag, which is I think the trickier one there. And as soon as he got that, as soon as the second guy didn't kill him and he fell behind the wall and he had a second to scope in and hold the angle, and there's no way that guy was gonna be able to outreaction B. And he was definitely unable to. Kronto now under a lot of pressure, does a ton of damage into not even a guy that Waka killed, so it seems like this could be another easy cleanup round as Fierce is the last man standing with 18 HP and he's getting rolled up on from everywhere. A really fast 5-0 from Nexus as they are not messing around this game.
No, they're not. It's 5-0. 5, like the number of players that they have in the server on their team in this game. And this is probably what the scoreline should have been. Starting out over on Cobble, the op will stay up on B. It's kind of surprising, right? We saw Waka take the op initially. I thought he'd be the main opper. Maybe it's simply a matter of B feeling it. And maybe Waka saying, you know what? You got 52 kills, and I wasn't even in the last match, really. So you do what you want. You do you.
Wow, 50 frag. That's a monstrous scoreline there. Let's see if Quintic has anything else for them. They are spread out a little bit, aiming their way towards the B bombs, actually maybe going underpass to middle here, perhaps trying to split onto A in some capacity. Poland's actually going to find his way into connector as B finds a frag, but he's going to get exposed with the rest of his teammates, so a lot of information now grabbed by Nexus.
Oh, there's Seb on top of the stairs, going to take down Janoom. Trying to work his way up the connector. Poland was behind him supporting. Not working out. Now blocked by nade smoke. Didn't really take damage from it, but it seems like it's discouraged him a little bit. B going to take one out of the vents. It was Wrath. By venting it up above the window room. There's not much Quintic can do. I mean, they went down 3 versus 5 and were just trying to fight, but we're getting contained in middle and there was no escaping.
Yeah, getting contained big time is certainly how I would describe it. That actually must be a pretty frustrating round from Quintic because they were given a lot of map control by Nexus, but any time they tried to move in any direction, Nexus just forced them into an unfavorable one-on-one. Like, I don't think I saw 2 Quintic players shooting at the same counter terrace at the same time. It seemed like each one of them kept trying to do their own thing and just immediately found an M4 right to the face. So I think if they're going to try to beat this Nexus lineup, they're going to have to do it as a quick unit or at least moving more as a team. 1 for 1 thus far on the round, and Waka also getting captured.
Yeah, as we say, a little more than that, because Waka's gone down also. 4 on 3 right now, now just 2. B and Seb are up. We've seen some 2v4s go 1 in this match. Seb going to make it a little bit easier. He'll take down Kool-Aid. B working himself over, sees a man on top of Tetris. Barely missing the shot and barely missing the rebuttal as well. Seb moving in, took down Janoom, can't top Fierce. He gets gunned down. B just going to move in close and personal with the 5-7, but Wrath saying no, get away from me.
Yeah, solid
4K
way to close that one out for Wrath, and actually to start and close that one out, as you said, 4K overall, but they're putting themselves in a really precarious position. They need to win this round. There was a lot of rebuys forced there. They were only able to keep 2 of those terrorists alive, so a lot of money is being spent. 4,500 on Fiercey is still going to give them a little bit of economic oomph here, so to speak, but they are going to need to string together a round here. If Nexus eSports takes this next round, they're not really going to be looking in good shape. They won't necessarily be able to rebuild that economy, and they're going to need it.
Yeah,
but Rat, though, getting a frag, that's a good start.
Yeah, it is that they start off with a man advantage because your bargaining chip in CS is winning rounds. Like, that's what you really need. But of course, you get yourself in a bit of a pickle when you win one and then lose one. It's going to make it so much easier for Nexus having reset your loss bonus to just keep winning rounds. So this round 8 is the most important round they've faced so far, I guess, pending maybe some of the OTs there in map number 1. Waka has got Pollen stuck. He's telling him to sit in the chair. Pollen saying no. And we'll just wait for his teammate to peek the corner instead. It's Fierce, who then is immediately taken out by Seb. So 3-on-2 in favor of Nexus eSports. They brought it back. I mean, it was 5-on-4 in favor of Quintic, and here's now Nexus mid-round with the man advantage.
Yeah, they seem to, or they being Nexus, seems to have no problem letting Quintic just kind of hang out in middle and stay down there. They haven't exactly been able to do much from this position. They haven't boosted anyone in window. They haven't split cat. They haven't gotten up connectors. So,
They just
hey,
die here.
until, yeah, they usually just die at that point. So, let's see. Now they're trying to work their way up connector. They're trying to make a play off of it. And so far, it's not looking so good. Poland, last man standing with that op in hand. He's pre-aimed at where he knows the CT is, but unfortunately, there's two other ones hunting him down. No one will find and lock him down in Nexus eSports. Not only do they lock up another round, but they're also doing a ton of economic damage to Quintic. $5,900 onto Fiercey, as I was talking about before, one of the richer players. Everyone else, $1,450, $1,450, $1,650, 2.1. Not really a lot of money going on over there, so they're certainly going to have to save at least once. Yeah, not exactly what you're looking for. And you know, you never want to lose a round as a counter-terrorist, but if you're going to lose a round and win the next one, you can find some pretty nifty results there.
It actually makes sense.
Yeah, definitely.
If you had the choice of, say, win 5 rounds, lose 1, and then know that you would win another 5 right after it,
oh,
I would
take that 100% of the time.
Absolutely,
absolutely. The only problem is you can't necessarily bank on that. And
yeah.
Also, that one round has to be a close round. Like, say the one round that you do lose, all 5 of the terrorists stay alive. That means they're in for another cheap round. You're not necessarily going to break their economy immediately afterwards.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It's not only do they have to lose, but you have to keep that round really, really close and try to do as much economic damage as possible. But once again, you know, obviously these are all kind of hindsight things that you never want to choose.
Yeah, exactly. So the smoke's just raining down very, very quickly onto the A's site, and it may be working out. A limited buy here. Khalil's and Tech9's in the mix for Quintic. They try to push and take the CT control. As you do, they actually didn't even smoke CT. They wanted to push through it and try to work and fight in close range with players maybe looking to peek or having a flash out. Didn't really pan out. Down to 2-on-2 right now. Pollen down to, or Pollen. I keep mixing between those two pronunciations, but it's now him in a 1 versus 1 against Waka. Waka will turn and grab the frag. Nice 2K for the man that missed most of map 1.
Not only a 2K, but actually a 1-on-2 there, as he was able to really properly zone off the players. Putting his back to the guy CT that he knew exactly where he was and putting that box in between was a genius play. Force individual 1-on-1s rather than trying to take them twice at the same time. Makes it so much easier for him. He's already a good shooter. Click 1, take 1 out, turn around, deal with the second one. The second one had even super low HP, so that was a gimme frag for him. And just like that, Nexus eSports stringing together rounds, a 3rd round now in a row for them. And man, they are looking nearly unstoppable here as a mid-take is on.
Oh, a lot of damage going out. No one will fall. And that was, okay, that was Waka in the window that was taking the damage. Will finally be traded out. Fierce takes up the Crondle, answering right back to remain 3-on-3. Every frag counterpart until now. Seb taking down Wrath, and actually Kool-Aid in mid. Crondle getting a bit aggressive, looking out the window once more. B, that shot was actually from the catwalk, and this is the problem that they've been having, getting up to the bottom of middle and getting contained here in the connector. Janoom was between a rock and a hard place. He's trying to shift, as he does have the bomb, so at least he has that going for him.
Yeah, if they're going to continue to get players over towards lower mid, it wouldn't be a terrible idea to put some guys underpass, get them there, let them work there, and then have players throw your nades, you're assuming they have like the strats. I imagine the teams at this level will have the strats and the collective play to do it, but also send some guys A-Ram, throw the nades, the smokes, the flashes, distract, pull guys in that direction, have them looking towards A main, and then have your guys come up connector or boost into window and then do a pinch on the site, rather than all just run around and get into one-on-one aim battles where B is going to be taking the op frags every time. That's 10-1 now in favor of Nexus, and Quintic desperately needs to mix it up. They need to not all go in one direction. They need to split up, and they need to pinch a site.
I would just like to note that I enjoy the fact that B plays B.
Yeah.
Throwing that out there.
You do like yourself a good pun.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a pun. It's just nice.
I mean, well, a play on words.
Like if you were OCD and B happened to be the A player, like it would just be really annoying.
You just have like a neck twitch the entire time.
Yeah. All right, so 1 for 1. And then action happening at the A ramp. No one up on top of Shadow. I guess we call it balcony over there at A.
Call it balcony.
Yeah, balcony seems like a pretty reasonable call for that. I recently adopted the Shadow call as well. I don't even know why.
I don't think I've ever actually even heard a call. I've always called it balcony. But Shadow's not a terrible one.
It's because I cast with metas, you know, he says things,
Yeah.
and, you know, he's got that accent.
In
and I'm
various
like, you know
accents.
what? I think you know what you're talking about. I'm just going to go with it.
My dad tells me all the time that if I had an accent, I'd be a much better caster.
He sees it.
Did he see it?
Shoot through the wall. Get him in the head. Back. Come on. Give the chat something to talk about. Oh,
not quite able to hit a shot. There you go. Now finds one. Let's see if he can get one of the other two. He's in a lot of trouble here. But Waka and no one there to bail him out. Would have been awesome if he wallbanged him and found that headshot. But
10 of 10 would wallbang.
Yeah, as far as Nexus is concerned, I'm sure they're just happy to take the round win away. Quintic really in dire straits here. Desperately need a round win any way they can. And as I said before, one round win's not going to cut it. They're spending so much money and they're getting pretty much destroyed in gun battles every round that even when they are coming close to winning rounds, it's one-on-ones, it's one-on-twos. They need a clean 5-man win.
Yo, that's from Quintic's perspective of that round, that probably feels like so rigged. But like, what is going on? Why did they rotate so fast? Like, as soon as he saw that Tech 9 barrel, he called, and those rotations came out to flank
immediately.
And that's why no one was there so quickly. So that's rough for Quintic. May have had a chance in that 3v3. Completely shut down with the barrel of the Tech 9. How can they possibly betray you? It's so small. Double ops. And nothing else supporting them against 4 AKs here as Quintic have finally one of their quick A takes with the default smokes has worked out. Up to Waka and B to crush dreams right now. One dream crushed.
Yeah, but Fiercey replying to crush a dream as well. Waka, last man standing. Also, oh man, legs a shot. They've been doing a lot of, or maybe it could have been through something, but I feel like the Nexus players have been opping players either in the legs or through things constantly. Like they're constantly hitting off shots that aren't killing. But either way, they themselves are, while they're not exactly rich, B is sitting on 10k, so he can be the sugar daddy for the team and drop the team whatever they want. Looks like it's going to be a bunch of 5-7s for them, for the rest of his teammates, while he goes and buys an op. So yeah, they're going to be going with an off buy and all 5-7 armors going around. A little bit of high stakes here, but hey, if they can win this round and Waka can get this frag onto Wrath, that would have been really huge, but luckily Crondle is there too. Respond with 2 frags. Huge.
The Zeus, oh my gosh, Seb's got a Zeus. Poland will take him down. No one there behind Tribble. Keeping it very, very even here.
Oh,
even with the 5-7s. But I mean, 1-on-2 and it's B. Not a chance, that's for sure. Here's that bomb going down. Woo! Taking one down through the smoke. Now it's the 1-on-1. What is Fierce gonna do?
He sees the head.
Yeah,
he knows he's there.
You see the top of the head now peeking off the left side, and then
wow.
You know, that's not a repeat, right? He never completely hit himself and then peeked again, so all B had to do was just wait, keep the crosser there. He saw what was happening the whole time.
Wow. Really solid play from B, denying Quintic the ability to string together rounds. Luckily for their sake, they did get a bomb plant, so going into this last round, they're not going to be completely broke there. But, I mean, if you're Quintic, that's a round you have to win. Crondle stepping up huge right there, 2k with the 5-7, avenging his fallen teammate, trading it off perfectly. Going 2 for 1 there was absolutely massive. No one himself playing from triple stack, catching a frag. Would have been nice if he stayed hidden a little bit longer, at least long enough to for a teammate to come in before he went down, but all is well that ends well. They won the round. That's what's most important. Nexus eSports just dominating so far in this half.
And this is the same no one from Flying V, right?
Never heard of him.
What?
No, I'm kidding. It definitely is, yeah.
Okay, I was just making sure. I mean, the name was very familiar.
And Poland going to be opening this round with the frag. Sorry, that joke was a little too dry.
Yeah, that hurt.
Let's see if Waka can catch this frag onto, who is that? Poland is moving up in his direction. Flashes and smokes are going to... This fake is being sold really well here. It's something we haven't seen Quintic do ever on either one of these maps.
Well, they've
throw
had
a solid fake.
Pretty much no successful rounds to even then say, hey, they're expecting this A take because it's been working. Now we're going to fake B. Ooh, speaking of B, hasn't quite seen anything yet. Oh, yeah, as I said, you can see into the hallway. There's a little bit of a sliver. So if you held that angle. Whoa! And Kool-Aid just walking right onto the crosshair. B gonna hold the angle, very aggressive. Misses that shot. Might get pinned in here. Oh, goes to the 5-7 and
he got stuck on the corner.
Yeah, jumped into the ledge and got stuck. Still, his team retaking 3-on-2. Couple kits. Seb will take down Fierce. Moving in. No one just needs to go in and die. Be bait. Or not. Or just stay alive. It's fine, too. Defusing the bomb is Seb.
Bomb has been defused.
That's tough. 13-2.
Oof. And not only was it a 13-2, but like it felt like a real 13-2. Sometimes you get 13-2 where there's a lot of one-on-ones or things like that, but really, and Nexus eSports dominated the vast majority of the rounds. A few of them came down to clutch situations. I think it was Waka who actually won a 1-on-2 before, right, with that M4 in the site. So there has been some clutch play, but for the most part, it's been Nexus dominating the early round engagements. And Quintic, they had a lot of map control. They were fighting for mid. They would end up taking mid. And they just couldn't always turn it into site control. So they just unfortunately weren't able to do much once they got the bomb planted. And the post plant play coming out from Quintic was nearly non-existent. Not only or just because like they never really got there.
And what was it in the first game? It was 12-3?
In the first half? Yeah, 12-3.
In Kabul?
Yeah, well, yeah, and then Quintic couldn't hold it 4v5.
Yeah, I mean, but they played, even still, that's like, yes, playing with 4 people on the team side isn't as big of a deal, but they still were so dominant for so long. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see if Quintic has any answer for Nexus here, or if these 3 rounds could spell the end of the night here.
Well, here are the ace smokes coming out. Certainly no one is a stranger to what's happening here. It's going to be about hitting the shots. Looks like Quintic might just be starting off with that. There's B, of course, chiming in with at least one. He's taken down no one through the vent, and another one onto Fierce. No one, the man that had that 1v3 on Cobble to win the pistol.
Ooh, spotted
somebody. Get 4 kills here. He tries to trade out to go for the USB.
Kind of taking a new angle, which I think is a smart approach here. Although in this 1-on-2, no armor, low HP, gonna be tough regardless, no matter how you slice it.
The bomb's where you'd want to plant it. The one problem is no one typed in the code. It is not armed, and yeah, coming over the stairs. Kool-Aid from CT will take him down.
Yeah, so Quintic not rolling over and dying, stepping up big in the pistol round, showing that they are here to compete. And actually, what is that? Each team has picked up 2 pistol rounds apiece, right, thus far? Nexus won the first one on Cobble, lost the second one on Cobble. They were 4v5, can't really blame them. Won the first one on this map, and then just lost the second one. So 2 pistol rounds apiece coming out from these teams. Nexus eSports is not wasting any time going with those Tech 9s and armors. They are here to win. They were able to win a Force 5 before with that off as well, so let's see what they can do here.
Trying to work through the smoke, still being an issue, and Fierce is there. Finally, someone gets up over the smoke. They're on Tetris, will take him down. No one just wants to cause some more damage. It's really all he's here for. Nexus maybe a little upset they couldn't quite work out to get the bomb plant down. The extra money would have been great for their economy. Said they will have to take a full eco. I guess they don't have to, because they have so many rounds to work with, but I'd kind of like them to just take the full eco, get out to the rifles, and just win this, and really limit Quintic's rounds.
Yeah, I tend to agree. A lot of teams really like to keep the aggression going in this game. It's a game where if you can take economic control, it's really easy to dominate. But, you know, if you know me, I'm a natural worrier. I don't like to invest too much in individual rounds and bank on those kinds of aggressive strategies, but so far, they're all getting cut down.
Waka has figured that out. Fire burns. Couldn't quite decide to fall back or push forward, and kind of just strafed back and forth in the Molotov. And going on to the A side, Fierce. He was coming over from jungle. There is one on the site. That's Paul and B trying to just, again, find a frag, but Quintic will have none of it. Taking 3 in a row and keeping everybody alive in this round. I wonder, I think at this deficit, you just need to upgrade to full rifles. But let's say Quintic was winning starting in the second half. They probably would have kept some of those submachine guns around.
Yeah. This is no time to mess around here. And now going into rifle round. Gonna need all the rifles you can. We're gonna see Waka breaking out that off, probably going for a pick here. Let's take a look if, oh no, looks like Jinum is not gonna be moving it in that direction. So unfortunately Waka is not gonna have a buddy to tango with, unless that mid-window player does decide to peek. It is cool, and you would have had an M4, so that would have been an unfortunate peek for him. So good call from him, but we're gonna see guns up everywhere except for on Crondle.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a big supporter of flashing and pushing alone on the CT side, because if you die, you more or less forfeit the round. Yeah, and there's no trade, but he does get that kill for himself. Good thing he did, because it could have been a lot worse, and well, now it is pretty bad. 4 on 2. Now just the one of Janum, and Poland got the first kill of the round And there was no answer, nothing else behind that from Quintic to support Poland's efforts.
No, and Nexus did a great job of splitting the site and keeping that jungle guy guessing. He didn't know if you should be watching Connector, he didn't know if you should be watching Apartments, he didn't know he should be watching A Stairs, and that's something that Quintic really lacked on their terrorist side. They would all run and get to lower mid, and they would all try to get up Connector, or they would all try to get up Cat or something like that, and that was just easy gun down frags for Nexus. Once you start splitting and you can divide the attention from the CTs, it's so much easier to allow your teammates to find easy, just side-of-the-head frags. Like, all those dudes that got killed in jungle just got shot in the side of the head. There's no aiming, there was no strategy, it was just they out-positioned the Quintic players there, and it was something that Quintic was really, really lacking on their own team side.
Yeah, I generally try to get the out position since my aim is so poor. Works out.
But that's the thing, I mean, you shouldn't always have to hit crazy quick shots to be good at Counter-Strike.
You can play at a pretty high level with bad aim, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, good the good Counter-Strike is easy Counter-Strike.
Exactly.
The easier Counter-Strike is for you, the better it is. If you're hitting all these 360 no-scopes every time, it means you're doing something wrong. You should be placing yourself to get the easiest frags possible.
And using your grenades effectively.
And yeah, well, I mean, using grenades tend to get you easier kills in general, I'd say. But yeah, if you should be setting yourself up to make it as easy for you as humanly possible.
Oh, Seb, gonna find two, gets one, wins his duel there on the connector steps, helps bring down Poland and some of the confusion as he's dealing with another player. So 2-on-2, very blind Molotov going in. HE as well, just take this. Seb is definitely going to call his name. Wrath pushing through, gets the kill. No one. Bringing him down and spraying. Transferring that spray over to CT, just kind of hoping and expecting Janoom to have been pushing the smoke at that time. But Janoom was actually lagging behind his teammate. Has now come up the connectors, got to the bomb site, will tap it. Has been spotted, and hasn't spotted no one back, so he checks the firebox and then gets sprayed down. Unfortunate for Janoom that he didn't spot him there when he was crossing in the site. And at that point, I mean, he's got to check something. He tries for firebox.
Yeah, that one got pretty hairy there for no one, but still able to pull it off. As I said, first I thought he got spotted when he saw the CT, and then once the CT turned his back in the other direction and started spraying, I was like, oh no, he's totally screwed. Not going to get this frag, but still able to lock it up, and now going into the last round of this best-of-3 series, Quintic only has pistols. That's not going to get it done. They haven't been able really to compete with rifles in their hands. I just don't see it happening with pistols.
But the Zeus...
But the Zeus, though.
But the Zeus. I've seen a couple Zeuses picked up in the series. I've never actually seen anyone.
I got Zeus today.
Oh.
Really, I just smashed my face against my keyboard.
And you were like, ah!
So angry about it. I don't even know why it's so strange. So angry about it.
Oh, this isn't working out. They're going on to A. They've got one in mid. One coming through underpass. Seb found a kill there. And, okay, he won't even have to deal with Janoom because Waka is there and waiting for him. 16-5, dominant performance. Honestly, probably would have been the scoreline of Kabul if Waka stayed in.
I was just thinking that. Yeah, the fact that Nexus had to play 4-on-5, that's really the only reason why the CT half of that game, that first half, or the second half rather, of like the regulation time, didn't work out for Quintic in this game, and that is actually, if I'm not mistaken, these are all the lower brackets. That is going to knock Quintic out of main playoffs. So unfortunately, the dream for them is dead for moving on further into the tournament and eventually the pro placement league. But they are still a ridiculously talented team. I know a lot of people in the chat were saying all this dumb stuff about how they're awful, they're this, they're that. A, all of those players will dog all of the trash talkers, and B, they're going to come back next season. They're going to come back strong. These are all learning experiences. No one went straight from open to pro. Like, you have to play these leagues to get better. You have to play better teams to get better. And unfortunately, Quintic just ran into a better team. If they look at those demos, rewatch the demos, see where they went wrong, and make some adjustments, that's a team that I could see greatly improving over the next season. No one improves like that, just like that in one bracket.
Yeah, Nexus winning 2-0 will move on to the lower bracket round 3. They're going to be awaiting the victor of Warfare Gaming versus Wusa in lower bracket round of 2. That's who they will be looking to face off against, so they can get that research. And up in the round of 4 in the upper bracket, we've got Leader 1 versus Vault. Again in the round of 4, and Ace Gaming versus Games Academy. So waiting on those. Those should be pretty exciting. I think those
are 4 good teams.
Yeah, those are 4 good teams. They'll drop down to lower bracket round of 4 if they lose. And some of the teams also in the lower bracket, we've got Astral Authority, 2 Arc, Noble eSports, Underwatch, Warfare, and Wusa. And then, of course, Nexus, who we've seen. You got to watch out for B. He is pretty terrifying. And
pretty good. Yeah, also, as in terms of the bottom, Noble Esports and Astral Authority are two teams that I definitely have my eyes on.
Yeah, they can easily make it over to the lower bracket finals and would be some of those teams to make it up to the grand finals and probably see them again in the pro placement as we look forward to Season 9. And of course, we haven't even finished Season 8 entirely. The finals are coming up November 6th through the 8th in the MLG.TV arena in Columbus, Ohio. I'll be there. And we had a late addition to the LAN roster. Who else is going later?
Last I checked, I believe I am going to be attending the CEVO-M finals for the first time, so I'm really excited. It's going to be a fun time. I can't wait to see anyone who's going out there, anyone just to spectate. That's going to be really awesome. Say what's up to me. I can't wait to meet you. I can't wait to meet Miss Red. Not so much Spangler, but it'll get really done. No, seriously, I'm super pumped to go there, be there, see everyone, watch the whole LAN go down. You guys should check it out November 6th through 8th, only on MLG TV. It's gonna be a blast.
Yeah, I mean, that's all we got for you tonight. We should have some more. I think we got one best of 3 tomorrow for CEVO Main Europe, and then another best of 3 in the night for North America. So come back for that, and myself, Helium, and later. Thanks for watching. We'll see you then.